how to put together your first investment property. Now that you got your first home, that became an investment. It started appreciating. You started getting your tax break and you started paying the principal down. Now you're wondering, how do I get my first investment property? Hi, I'm Amol Heda with Keller Williams Bay Area Estates and author of Thriving Through Ownership. So, I talk about real estate in full detail in my book, Thriving Through Ownership. I can post a link here below and you can go get the book. But let's talk about investment properties. What are the advantages of buying an investment property and how does it help you as a homeowner buy your first one? When you bought your first home, I know it felt so big. You must have thought, oh, I'm going to buy a $2 million home. Where am I going to get all that money from? How is it going to work out? What if my mortgage happens? What if I cannot pay my monthly installment? And everything. But you know, the moment you buy that home, you start realizing the confidence, or the first thing is that big pride in you that you bought your own home. And once you buy the home, you get a very different confidence that you own such a big property. The next thing that happens is you start paying the mortgage. You know how it all works. You pay the property taxes, you get the insurance for the property the next time, and when it all starts working out and you go and look at some internet valuation websites like say Zillow or Redfin, and next year you see your home went up 10%. And then you start thinking. Also, what happens is once you file your taxes the next year, you see that you got a refund on your taxes because you just paid interest which was tax deductible and you got a deduction on property taxes. So if you add all that up, you get a substantial break. And then you figure out that real estate is not just the home, the place where you put your entire family, your kids, your everybody with you in that secure envelope. It's pride of ownership because you were able to acquire something, say in the Bay Area, $2 million or something, and you started getting a tax break. And now, with the appreciation starting to kick in, it gives some very good confidence. And so then you start exploring, how do I do my next one? And I have helped several of my clients put multiple investment properties in their portfolio. So the way that it works is initially when I help them buy their first home, I help them put the calculations together and they understand how it will work, what will be the principal payments, what will be the interest, what will be the taxes, what will be the tax break, and what will be the effective cost. The moment you understand how the payments and the real estate costs work, you come to terms with it. And the moment you come to terms with it, you will be very confident about doing it. So similarly, with investment properties, all you need to do is collect 25% down payment. Now I'm only talking residential. I will be doing a separate episode about all the types of investments that you can do using real estate at the center. But that will be for another day. Just now, I'm going to talk about how to buy your first investment property. So all you need to do is get a 25% down payment. Now look at this. Somebody bought a property for $2 million here in the Bay Area. Say in 2 years' time, the property went up 10 or 15%. That means that it went up about 200 to 250K. While buying the home, they made 20% down payment. So they put $400,000 down. That $400,000 down helped them get a $2 million property. And the appreciation in 2 years is about 15% here in the Bay Area. So 15 times $2 million is about $300,000. So digest this, that the buyer put $400,000 down and made $300,000 in 2 years. So what's the kind of return in 2 years then? For 400, you made 75% in 2 years. That's 32.5% each year. It must sound shocking, but let it sink, okay? Now, what that also means is your down payment is 400 in that $2.3 million property, and 300K is what the property made for you. So, what I did when I bought my first investment property, I had some cash sitting around about 10% or so. So, I say I had about $130,000. And I saw a property that was $1.3 million. I went to the lender and I said, can I get a 10% down payment loan for this property? And she said, no, Amol. Investment properties, 20% minimum. This was way back in 2006. Investment properties, only 20%. I said, okay, fine. I'll try to get it. I started looking for money, tried to see if I could borrow from 401k, if I could borrow from my financial planner who I had invested some money with. He said, no, you cannot get money out just now. So I sat quiet. Then I went and looked at my home. Just like I explained in the example here, I had bought my home at $900,000 and it had appreciated to almost 1.2 at a point. So 300K appreciation in like 2 years time. So I went and got a line of credit against my home. That's how I got the rest of the 130K. So I got 130K from my primary home and I had about 130K, and that's how I made the 20% down payment, which was $260,000 for $1.3 million. Now let's roll back forward to this example where you own a home that is bought a home at 2 million. It's currently at 2.3 million. It has an equity of 700K. Now suppose you go to a lender and say, give me a line of credit or a home equity loan against this property. What you do is 2.3 times 75%. So that's about, you will get a loan of about $1.9 million on it. Your original loan on the property was 1.6. I'm making up the numbers. They may not be accurate, but hold on to the storyline. We can do the calculations, or I can put those calculations or calculator down in the link below. Okay? So, $2.3 million, 1.9 is the loan amount that you can get. And you have paid down in 2 years about $60,000, $70,000. So, the amount that you can access is $1.9 million minus 1.53. So, about $370,000. Now, with $370,000, if you buy a property that is 4 times what this down payment is, because these days lenders require 25% down payment. So you can buy only 4 times for residential real estate. So 4 times would become $1.4 million. So you can buy a $1.4 million property with just no money out of your own pocket. Your real estate made the money, you're just using it, bringing it out and investing it in your investment property. Now look at the benefit. When you borrow this money, you can write off the taxes, write off the interest for tax purposes when you put it as down payment for the investment property. So not only that you are buying the investment property completely out of the real estate that you already own, So no personal money, that sits on the side as reserve. But you are also taking a full tax write-off on the entire amount of the purchase price of that property. So even though you are making income on the property, there is no taxable income. And if you don't have a taxable income, you will not pay taxes. You are making money, not paying taxes. You start taking depreciation as a expense, and you are getting regular rental income. Do you think that helps? So I'm going to put a link for the calculators. I'm going to be showing you how to do this. If you want more information, feel free to set up time with me. I'm happy to go work with you and give you more detailed information. But start exploring these and you will see how this plays. Do you think this is what you can do or you want to do or have been thinking about it? Watch more videos that will be coming. And if you like these, hit subscribe and on the bell button, please share it with your friends who might also be thinking of doing the same. Talk to you on my next one. Thank you for watching.